Perkaholic in Black Ops 4 Zombies? It's sort of here, and we're going to be diving into how and having a massive discussion with you guys on whether Perkaholic belongs in Black Ops 4 and all the ethics surrounding it. It's going to be a great video, so make sure you stay tuned throughout all of it and let me know your thoughts down below. But just before that, we have a message from today's sponsor. Just before we jump into the video, I want to thank my friends at PlayStacks and Survival City for sponsoring today's video. They're approaching me with a really cool new zombie survival tower defense mobile game where the aim is to build as big a base as possible during the day, as at night time you're going to be up all night fighting off hordes and hordes of zombies. And just like our favorite zombies games, you are not alone, as you have a hilarious selection of survivors to help upgrade, build your city, scavenge stuff on missions, and come back in time to fight off the zombies. And as you can see, I'm already on day 30 in the game, so I've put a lot of grind into this and I'm really enjoying it. There's a lot of humor in this game and it doesn't take itself too seriously, and I think that's why I've been drawn to it so much. So if you guys want a fun little mobile game, then definitely check out Survival City. I've got a link just for you guys down below in the description. Alrighty, so Perkaholic. On your screen right now, you are seeing a game where we have 8 perks in total, 9 if you include Speed Cola. How the heck does this work? We're going to explain it all. And big thank you to Glitching Queen and one of her subscribers called Chris Morgan, who accidentally stumbled upon this in a game and shared with her how exactly he'd done it, which she then shared in her video, and you can check that out down below in the description. That video is a more thorough tutorial on how to do this. I'm going to be showing you how to do it in this video as well, but not focusing too much on it, as I want to talk about the ethics and discussion of Perkaholic in Black Ops 4. Now, this is very clearly a glitch which Treyarch are going to fix within the next few days. So if you want to try this out for yourself, definitely try it sooner rather than later. But you're going to need a specific talisman, which is a legendary talisman called the Grand Amulet of the first, second, third, or fourth circle. Doesn't matter which one of those you have, that just affects which perk slot it's going to affect. So depending on which perk slot it affects, you want to make sure that perk slot has secret source, and then all the other perks can be whatever you want, but make sure one of them is Mule Kick, because you don't want to get that from secret source, let me tell you. So in the game, it's as simple as this. You simply go to the perk machine that has secret source and you buy it until it's cycled through 5 different perks. From that point onwards, simply go down, bleed out, and when you come back in the next round, you will respawn with the same perk you had in your slot, but look next to your points and you suddenly have 4 bonus perks, which is insane. So you combine that with the 4 perk machines on the map, you have 8 perks, and with the Speed Cola modifier for having the 4 perks, you now have 9 perks technically, which would make a Perkaholic, as in BO3, a Perkaholic was 9 perks. Now, doesn't that look nice in Black Ops 4 Zombies? It's so alien to see this, as the only time we've ever seen bonus perks is through the Easter eggs on 9 and Voyage, and the max amount of perks you can have in a game technically is 6, so seeing this is very weird. And what's even cooler to me is the fact that this just works. You might not think it straight away when you see this, but you have to think Treyarch fully implemented the user interface to not glitch out or look cluttered in any way, having 4 additional bonus perks there. They all just work, and if some of the perks have like an effect that needs to be recharged, like Winter's Wail or PhD Slider or Dying Wish for instance, they just work, like as if it was intended for there to be a way to have 4 bonus perks. So that leads on to the main topics of today's video discussing this, is if Perkaholic has a place in Black Ops 4. And just looking at how clean the heads up display is with 4 perks, it's like as if Treyarch designed this HUD to display these perks and to have the ability to show more perks, like as if there was something during development, or there is and will be later down the line, where we can have 4 bonus perks or even more so on the screen, and it just looks so damn clean, like it's supposed to be there. But if we look into the ethics of Black Ops 4, we need to ask the question, is Perkaholic necessary in BO4? Now, when it came to the launch of BO4 and the initial week or so of the game, This game was so hard. Like, we had 150 health, zombie AI was so aggressive, we didn't have speed cola, we didn't have double tap to our knowledge because we didn't know that existed. All of the crutch perks from the previous games was disappeared, and we were left with a new set of perks, which I hate to break it to you, Chief, but they just aren't that good in my opinion. So let's look at BO3. Crutch perks in that game were Juggernog. Without a doubt, you had to have it. Double tap. If you wanted to kill zombies, you had to have double tap. Speed cola, you're going to be reloading hella slow. You're going to need that. And to finish it all off, Widow's Wine, which was just a complete game changer and essentially was a lifesaver in the high rounds. And the fact that it replenished with max ammos because it worked with grenades made that perk really overpowered. And combining that with some of the other perks in the game like Stamina, which was really, really useful, and some others, but that goes to show you that those perks were absolute crutch essentials. Now in BO4, we do have Speed Cola. Bear in mind, it's not as fast as it was in BO3. It's still definitely nice to have it. We also have double tap now by pack-a-punching your gun 4 times, and we don't exactly have Juggernaut, but we do have adjusted health from the initial release, which makes the game feel a lot nicer, and the game's a lot easier than it was. So then that goes to ask, is there any crutch perks in BO4 that you need to have? And suddenly, Dying Wish and Stamina Up and Quick Revive are now the absolute essentials in my opinion. So after that, the other perks in the game really aren't necessary, which means, is a Perkaholic even necessary in BO4, seeing as the perks, besides the crutches I've mentioned that are now become crutches, are not needed? The idea of a Perkaholic in BO4 zombies is nice, but looking at it in practicality, most of the time you don't even need these perks in order to be successful, whilst in BO3, it was so easy for you to get one. It was so easy to start off the bat with all of those perks all at once that you just felt like an absolute god. But even with 8 perks in BO4, I don't feel much different than if I had 4. Let me know your opinions down below if you think Perkaholic belongs in BO4. Do you think Treyarch should ever add it into the game? Because if we look at the non-classic elixir selection right now in the game, especially when it gets towards the legendary and epic, it's very bare bones. There isn't a lot of options, and if I'm honest, all of the elixirs are not that useful. The classic ones are far better than any of the non-classic elixirs. And unfortunately, the cooldowns on those classics are so damn long. In comparison to BO3's Gobblegum system, there were so many overpowered Gobblegums that it threw off the balance a lot. And at the moment, there isn't really any non-classic elixirs that throw off the balance or are even needed to have a good time. So I think adding Perkaholic into those would throw the gameplay balance off a lot, because you suddenly go from once in a blue moon used elixir to suddenly something that you'd probably use every single game. So I don't think Perkaholic really belongs in it. If there was an Easter egg for it, or you got given it at the end of completing an Easter egg quest, then by all means, I would be happy, but I don't think it would belong in this game as an elixir. Now, it's very clear since Black Ops series come out that a lot of people disagree with Perkaholic's existence. They think it's cheap, they think it's absolutely devoid of any skill, and makes the game a little less fun to play because it essentially gives you everything to become a god straight away. So with the community being a bit upset about Perkaholic, I think it's a good decision at this moment that Treyarch have not re-added Perkaholic. And I don't know, man, seeing just having 4 bonus perks on top of your standard 4, I think would probably be a nice sort of middle ground on there being Black Ops 4's sort of toned down version of Perkaholic, because you're not really hurting anyone by having these 4 additional perks, as most of them are pretty unnecessary to have anyway. I think that's the right wording for it. It wouldn't be pointless to have Perkaholic, but I don't think it's necessary for you to have all the perks in the game. And also when it comes to modifiers, how the heck would a modifier work if you had all the perks on the map? And I think simply whatever your 4th perk slot has, that would be the modifier. Simple as that. Now the big question is, how are Treyarch going to fix this glitch? And it's very, very simple. It's simply a misuse of the talisman here, where it's confusing it and thinking that it's saving the secret source perks that you've bought from the moment you bought a secret source up to when you go down and lose it, because it's keeping that perk all the time. So even though it's been a different perk, the fact that the game remembers all the perks you've bought previously, it stores that as the perk you had in that slot. When you come back, it's confused and remembers the perk you had in that slot, but also thinks you also have all the other perks since you technically bought those as well. So it's just a bit of abuse of this secret source perk, but apart from that, all the Treyarch need to do to fix it is just make it so the talisman only remembers the first perk you bought, and that's it. But I think that's going to round up today's discussion, but I want to know down below in the comment section, what do you guys think of this? Do you think Perkaholic belongs in Black Ops 4 Zombies, or do you think Treyarch should just not bother? Because it looks like the UI and HUD is set up perfectly for there to be more bonus perks than just 2. But of course, there isn't any official way to get it apart from this little trick. Now, I did test in a game of 9 if I could get the bonus perks and then pick up the bonus perk from the challenge, but sadly, I got the same perk as one of the additional bonus perks that I got from this trick. So unfortunately, when I picked it up, it just didn't do anything. So I still had 8 perks on 9. And if you buy any secret sources after you've gotten the 5 perks, if you go down, your game is going to get one of these bad boys, a beautiful blue screen. So definitely not an intended trick for you to do, something Treyarch are going to fix. But I think it was interesting to highlight it anyway, to show that Perkaholic is possible in Black Ops 4 Zombies. This is what it looks like, and would it even really be needed in Black Ops 4? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating would be very much appreciated. As always, I really appreciate all your support. You can check out my last 2 uploads on your screen now, including a video delving into some leaks to do with DLC 1 and future content coming to BO4 Zombies. Only watch that if you don't want spoilers. But aside from that, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell to keep yourself notified for more awesome content, and I'll catch you in the next one.